Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex Kubon, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the mean world syndrome, a theory created by George Gerbner in the 1970s that discusses how long-term exposure to violent media may create an effect that's not known to people about how the world might be more violent than it really is. So this has to do with media cultivation and how the effects of media can create different mindsets based on the media that you take in. So I focus on the definition of cultivation and how it can foster the growth of certain mindsets and different things. So I bring up a TV show from the early 2010s that lasted nearly a whole decade on TV, and that's Robert Cochran's 24, and it depicted a post 9/11 America in a form. It didn't focus on 9/11, but after 9/11, how terrorism had a big role in shaping people's beliefs on foreign visitors. There were over 192 episodes over 9 different seasons showing different violence and stuff like that. Basically, the Bush administration took great interest in the show and were using it to push political agendas about how there's different terroristic threats around the world and that they needed to put a greater focus on the war on terror.
The characters in 24 bring to the challenges they face courage, intelligence, street smarts, and determination. But there's one thing they really don't have to bring because they only have 24 hours in which they operate, and that is perseverance and steadfastness over a long period of time.
So Secretary Chertoff focuses on 24 and how the different, giving credibility to the show and showing how it shows how the violence in the show can be justified and create an effect with the American people that the violence is okay. So some different things that we see in the media commonly are these 4 aspects. So different things on immigration, the war on drugs and terror, vaccine mandates, and nuclear warfare. And depending on the political perspective you portray them in, you can be using fear appeals to drive home different points. So I have some different screenshots from news broadcasts from Fox News and CNN showing that the different fears may be based on different things. So this is a clip of President Trump giving a speech at a campaign rally where he talks about Antifa and tries to alleviate the fears of people by talking about his position on law enforcement.
Joe Biden says Antifa is just an idea. Well, ideas don't assault cops, and they don't burn down buildings. Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization. I proudly received the endorsement of the Fraternal Order of Police, the National Association of Police Organizations, the National Troopers Coalition, the International Union of Police Associations.
So in this clip, President Trump talks about how the different current events with Antifa and their protests in the Pacific Northwest show that the different violence on TV can be creating a perception amongst people's minds that it's more violent than the world really is. So the reason this theory is important is because if we don't focus on how much violence there is on TV, we might be creating an unrealistic perception of the world for people. And when that happens, people might act with paranoia towards law enforcement or towards their neighbors. So when that comes to, we can apply that to politics by thinking about like how your opponent might be out to get you at all times and different things like that. So that's it.